We good? What episode is this? 4? 3? 4 for sure.
That's not
I
right.
feel like that's right there. I feel like the last episode was with Boyd. No, it wasn't. We had.
The last episode was 63.
Oh, so 63.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Episode 63 of the Base House Podcast.
Yeah.
Millie.
Blue.
Hello, Millie.
Hi.
Hey guys, I don't know if you got a chance to catch Millie the model snap last night, but she was
You know what?
playing
No,
with her
no.
boyfriend's
We're not going to
feet.
put any. My snap is my personal
I
business,
walked
and that's
in
that.
here. I walked. No such thing as personal business on
there's
social
such thing,
media.
There's such thing.
The internet never forgets. So
Yeah,
I walked into the
very
building
true,
today, and Millie just on her chill mode. You know what I'm saying? Skin
Mm-hmm.
glowing, hair's flowing, looking like the Snow Patrol. Who knowing?
Skin
You know what I'm
glowing,
saying?
hair flowing. What are we
It's
getting
going
into,
to,
man? This only happens when we ain't been together in a few weeks. That's
Yeah.
it. That's what this is.
Right.
It's been a minute. Y'all were sick last week, and I was like,
Yeah,
not
man.
on that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, when he said he was feeling some kind of way, he was like,
Yeah.
let's go to the house. I'm sick. I got a sick kid. And I wasn't feeling right. I'm like, nah, bro, that just don't
that
really.
just did not.
That don't make
I mean, it would have been rough, but I mean, we could have got through it.
Nah.
I wouldn't have said but 2 words.
I would have been in the
couldn't
corner
have did
with
it.
some type of mess. Everything.
You
trying
would have
to
made
be
it out
like,
unscathed.
See, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even want to walk out the situation. You know what I'm saying? Having to go to the ER or something. Is that good?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Smoothie.
We need a smoothie endorsement deal.
I'm just.
Hey,
man.
Justin James, man, can we get a smoothie endorsement deal or no? Shoot. I'm serious,
Hey,
man.
Hey.
James, that just scared me. He just said, "Oh, I talked to Smoothie King. That
What
ain't
they gonna
nothing
say?
to me.
Yes or no?
That ain't nothing to
Yeah.
me.
Yes or no, or
I
we'll
mean,
get back to you.
I do this. I do this, and it's no.
It's
Yes.
you.
It's me.
You.
All right, y'all ready for me?
It's me.
It's been a couple weeks. It's me. FC on the beat, aka Fourth Quarter Freddy, aka Freddy Franchise, aka the best you ever heard. You're just afraid to admit it, aka Mr. I Have a Dream. So get your hands on my pocket, aka Speedy Truckton, aka Bomb Stockton, aka Kareem Abdul Bazaar, aka Wavy Crocker, aka F the Neftis Guy, aka Hot Take Jake, aka Young Hulu, aka Mr. Always Stay Focused, aka Mr. Always Locked and Loaded, aka Mr. All Bags Matter. Yeah.
And it's me. Millie the model, Millie the student, Millie the crazy person. Have been running around for like the past few days, doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, how are you guys doing?
We need some more enthusiasm.
I know, right? It was so
Millie the
dry
the
and
smoothie
whatever.
No, it's too late now.
lover.
It's
no,
too late
no,
now.
no, no, no,
It's
no,
too
no,
late
no.
now.
The
'Cause it's early.
Aaliyah
I'm not a morning
protege
person.
with the crop hoodie top and
Yes.
the belly button popped.
Woo!
I'm in my bag.
He's in his bag. He's in his bag, people.
What's up, though? It's good to be here. It's absent the marketing coach. You know, this has been a little rough season, but it's been a great season.
I'd have to agree.
It's been a rough season, but it's been a great season. Yeah. It's one of them things where, like, you don't really know how tough you are until you know how tough you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can always assume. There's one thing I used to love about boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a super, super famous quote. A lot of people say it. You know, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. Like, you can come in there with a straight up game plan. You can get hit so hard from something or somebody else, and everything goes out of the window.
Done.
You know what I mean? So I've been reflective over the last few days, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Real reflective.
Motivational
man.
blue. Here
No,
we
it ain't
go.
even that. You know what I'm
Go,
saying?
baby.
But you know, over the last few days, man, I've really been thinking, like, you know, is going through things really a negative? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know immediately, I think the more reactive response would be to say, this is terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going through this. Why? Woe is me, as the people you say in the church. And you know what I'm saying? All of that good jazz. But I was really thinking, like, you know, how many times has going through something either one, and this is me personally, propelled me to do something that I wouldn't normally do? You know what I'm saying? Push me outside of my comfort zone. Force me to either grow up or deal with the fact that I'm not choosing to grow up and move on. You know what I'm saying? See myself or the circumstance for really what it is, and puts me in a place of contemplation and vulnerability.
You said a lot. Mm-hmm. Said a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel that way. I mean, like, I have a tattoo, and this is from this poet, Arts, and it's like pretty much you gotta learn how to drown first before you can know how to swim. So you gotta go through these miserable times that people think is like the worst thing in the world. They think their life is officially ended, and you have to look at it as with the upside to like, okay, this is a learning lesson. Mm-hmm. This is just a roadblock that is teaching me and making me stronger for then what's next coming. And it's gonna seem crazy now, but looking back at it, I'm gonna be appreciative that I went through it. Yeah. Because it wouldn't have made me the person that I am today. So I think that it is important to go through that negative stuff and not see it as a bad thing. Yes, it's bad, but everybody got to go through it at some point.
I think on it, you're right. I think on the inverse of that, that is the exact reason why the rich kid paradigm exists. Y'all familiar with this? That people who are quote unquote self-made, we know that that's not a real thing, but it's kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people who have created something that was massively successful out of desperation. Yeah. And they didn't come from affluence. Mm-hmm. That once their kids become of age to almost replicate, or they don't have the desire to because they didn't have the grit. Right. They didn't have the struggle. So all they really know is that, well, this has always been my life. I haven't been put in position to have to create something because there was a system set up for me to be successful from birth. Mm-hmm. So I think that the lack of those times creates weak people. Yeah. And that's why a lot of the things, it's funny to me because a lot of things that I see are society normals are unspeakable acts. Like this, like the mentality behind people's actions now is so entitled because they're not used to struggling. Mm-hmm. Of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with one actually at my day job now to where it's like, I'm not of the ilk that would move the way a particular person has moved. Mm-hmm. So when I would never have suspected that this person would act this way. Like, wait a minute, that's not how I was. Wait a minute, that's not what we do. It's a code to this. Like there's integrity involved, but it's commonplace now. You know what I mean? And that's just because in this particular instance, the same thing is true. If you didn't have to work at the craft the way I did, and you didn't come up from the tutelage that I came through to understand how important and how lucky we are, then you're not going to respect it. So I think it's the same kind of thing. Yeah,
man, that's kind of rough. So I guess all in all, you know, the stuff that we go through, if we respond to it correctly, you know what I'm saying, and if we really look at ourselves, it's used to make us all stronger, better. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We're first people. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I think that's why I hate when people be like, man, they automatically say, I wish I had somebody's life. You know what I mean? I'm very specific when I say stuff even close to that. I say, I wish I had their money. Yeah. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't say I wish I had their life because I don't know what that entails. I have no idea what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I don't know which parent died or who's a crackhead or, you know what I'm saying, who's struggling with this or whose uncle did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know where people come from. And, you know what I mean? I don't know. I want us to be able to change the narrative of wanting to be people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus wanting to, I guess, have the things that they have to create certain types of freedom.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
That was well said. So very well said.
Yeah. Interesting week though, guys. It's just popping.
Interesting week. So
hold on, wait. See, what we not gonna do?
What?
In the basement.
What we not gonna do?
What?
You didn't do anything wrong. I'm
in the basement.
I just felt
you're in the basement.
I'm in the basement of spring break right now because I'm in spring break. So.
So
you in spring break and you ain't got no energy?
Yes, because when you are mentally infused to a classroom 2 times a week, almost for 4 hours, you get a week off from that. Yes, my brain is. So melting.
Her brain is on.
I'm letting my brain be on vacation right now.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think.
I don't even think that's possible.
Okay, it's very much possible.
It's not possible to let your brain be on vacation.
I'm doing it right now.
God, yes. Oh my goodness! So you're not thinking about anything?
I mean, of course, I'm thinking about stuff, but no, very blankly. It's very blank. It's very blank up there. It's very blank. I mean,
Oh my
I'm just looking
goodness!
at our notes. What is next that we're
Another
talking about?
mind vacation person.
Hey, she hit us with the joint and then swivel and then she said, "I'm gonna pivot quick."
We got another mind vacation person. You know, we deal with people in the gym all the time. They're like, "Yeah, when I come here, I just don't want to think." How is that even possible?
You don't want to think.
You think I'm joking? People say this all the time. They're like,
Listen, man.
what is a push-up?
I
You've been a member for 4 years. You ask what's a push-up?
I support Just Train, so I'm not going to talk negatively about any.
I'm going to talk negatively, bruh.
Because I support Just Train.
Some of these people
but damn,
sound just like Millie right now. I didn't come here to think.
all right. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all alone.
No, I'm on Millie.
You can be on me all you want. You know,
I ain't doing this with y'all.
All right, Millie the model.
Well, since y'all acting like we ain't going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, all right? So let me tell you what happened last night.
stop.
So, I'm playing my video games like I always do.
Man,
Right.
what are you talking about?
I'm just talking, all right? Y'all ain't
What are
talking,
you
I'm
What are you talking about?
I'm playing my
heard video
video
games.
games
I'm
like
like,
I
what?
always do. Come see me on Call of Duty Blackout 4 about that action, all right?
What are you talking about?
So I'm playing, and we in between games. I pick up the phone, do a scroll. I'm on Twitter, I do my scroll.
Yep.
So I just hit the quick little scroll. It was pretty aggressive. I'm trying to get through the timeline fast. And I see OBJ face popping up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, shoot. What happened over there in New York? I'm thinking it's a club thing
Right.
or he got a little piece again. You know how they do the
So-
tabloid stuff.
Right.
Then I start seeing the Photoshop OBJ in a Browns uniform.
Oh, yeah.
I said, they must be in talks or something. He
Right.
was back in the city because he was here a couple weeks ago. It was at Sprint, whatever. Then Sheffer comes out and says, oh, the deal is done. This
Adam
is real.
Schefter. We appreciate you, Adam.
Yep.
Yo, this is real. The Browns have acquired Odell Beckham Jr. for a Popeyes Tuesday box.
Wow.
Two draft
Wow. Come on now. Come on
picks, a
now.
pint of
Call it like
a
it
pint
is.
of Honey Jack Daniels.
Call it like it is.
2 Black and Miles.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, what? Wait a minute. I could have bought y'all a bottle of Honey Jack 2 years ago. What's going on here?
Man, you wild.
All I'm saying is
You
this.
wild, bro.
Now, I'm playing, but shout out to
You
Jabril.
wild,
JP
bro.
is my guy.
You
and I'm mad
are
he ain't
wow.
here. JP is
A
gone.
bottle of Honey Jack and 2 Black and Miles?
That's all you need. What's
And a
that?
box of Popeye's chicken?
That's
Was
50.
it spicy?
Yeah. $50. That's $50 total dollars.
Man.
So
Hold on.
Okay,
man.
before you continue,
This is wild.
shout out to Jabril Peppers. Thank you for
I
all
love-
you have
hey,
done. We
JP,
wish you the
yeah.
best.
Hey, real talk, he finally figured it out.
yeah, he did.
Then they sent him on his way.
Yeah, but I think I was telling James earlier, he's going to do well.
I think he gonna do well, too.
lands.
He'll do
Yeah,
fine.
he's going to do
If-
well.
real talk, if they let him if they let him roam free, he
Yeah.
gonna make plays.
Yeah, he's going to do
Yep.
well. But so that move,
So the real guy. So the real details of the trade was a first round pick, 17 first round pick, the number 17 first round pick, the third round pick, high third round pick, and safety Jabril Peppers.
yep.
The Browns get Odell Beckham for 4 years. He got 4 years left on his contract.
Yes.
Yep.
A contract that was just newly re-signed, restructured.
Before last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got him for 4 years.
Yeah.
And we got Landry for the next 3.
Shout out to Kareem Hunt. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
All I know is this,
So-
all right? I woke up this morning and I was feeling dangerous. You feel?
Wow.
I was
you
feeling
guys.
dangerous.
Even though the season training camp don't start until I believe late July.
Mm-hmm.
You guys better go out this weekend. You better get your OBJ gear before all that shit sold out. You better
it's
get your
gonna
tickets.
sell out. It's
you
gonna
better
sell out.
get all that.
It's gonna sell out.
And going. And guys, you better know your girl's location at all times. I'm just saying.
Rumors
I'm
going to
just-
be popped.
Rumors gonna be
Send
popping.
me
Hey, listen.
your location.
Listen, all my DJ homies, get your sets together now.
Right.
Don't get caught lacking. All right?
Right.
Get your DJ sets together now. Put them in the tuck
Tuck.
for the Odell Beckham official after party after the first win.
Oh, I'm about to
We
tell you
know
what's
it's
about
going
to
to be at
happen.
the district or rumor.
Don't
Get it together now.
Probably
Don't play.
Probably district versus room.
Probably
Rumor a little
district.
tight.
Probably district.
Rumor a little
Probably
tight.
district.
Probably district.
But I'm gonna say this real quick.
Go for it.
I guarantee LeBron James is gonna be sitting there with LeBron.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, come on now.
He
Come
gonna
on
be
now. That's
He gonna
a
be-
given.
First of all, I just want to make sure I put this on record. I think that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving are both idiots. I think they're amazing. I think they're idiots.
I don't think you're wrong, but I want to know why you're saying that.
Yeah.
Just so I can 100% agree.
Because I had to tie this whole thing in with Cleveland. I'm speaking from a happy / bitter fan
like that.
perspective real
Let's
quick.
go for it. Yeah.
I feel like Kyrie and LeBron are going through unnecessary things because they're in places they should not be.
Oh, I know. It's so clear to me now.
That's all, man.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying these guys aren't smart. They're some of the best players in the world. Both top 10 players. This would be LeBron's first time dropping out of the top one spot. He's going to be top 5 next year when he gets ranked. He'll probably be like number 5, to be honest with you. Kyrie somewhere in the team.
Hold on, let's put a pin there. And we're in season 17 now, right? Aren't we?
Yeah, so I mean,
just for the listener. Okay, that's not a bad
yeah,
thing at
what?
all.
You still a
17
top 5
seasons,
player in the
still
league?
top 5.
Like, legitimately.
Relax. Yeah.
He put on a
everybody chill.
dunk clinic last night. But anyway, that's
Yeah,
something else.
yeah.
But from a Cleveland perspective, I just think that for the first time in the history of our sports, like, we could have had 3 teams.
All three of the
three
4
teams.
major sports.
The
Dominant.
Indians took a little hit last year. They bolstered up their bullpen again, made some additions. The ESPN already got a projected to be right back in it again.
Yeah,
you
of
know what I'm
course,
saying?
of
It's a solid franchise. Then the Browns, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just so excited. Then all of a sudden, you just look at these lowly cats, and all I see is Sexton's little thing just flopping around.
Here's the thing about that, though.
Talk about it.
We
Go ahead,
like.
go ahead.
'Cause I'm about
I'm
to
gonna let you
cry.
rock. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock.
Here's the thing. It's like we criticize, and I understand. I'm frustrated with the Cavs. I don't even watch basketball like that. But we understand why they're doing this.
Absolutely.
Hoopla. So it's like
Super tank. We know what it is.
I feel like wait until their draft is done and they get what they need to get. There could be a potential. It depends on who they pick up because we know why they're doing this. Like, so they're working towards a rebuild. So it's going to happen.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So I think it's possible all
Millie,
3 teams, Cleveland is going to be that sports
Millie,
dominant.
Millie, we have LeBron James and Kyrie Irving.
I understand that, and we don't anymore. So it's just kind of
I'm
now
talking
moving
about
forward.
Mr. Number 4 on the all-time scoring list, LeBron James, who just passed Michael Jordan. Don't touch my leg.
No,
Don't touch my knee.
Don't touch my leg.
Don't touch me.
I'm talking about,
Don't touch me now.
and that's great. And that's
Top 5 in
fabulous.
the assists.
Top
First
5.
player in the league to ever do
And he's
something
in
like
the
that.
Lakers right
LeBron
now.
James.
I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about
Kyrie.
then.
Ooh,
I'm not talking about the past.
she hit me with the now and the
I'm
then.
talking about now.
She hit me with the
I'm
now
not
and the
talking
then.
about then.
You living in the past. We in the
We
present.
got to look in the future. No more past. He was here. Now he's not. We got to move on.
Okay.
So I'm talking about in the future.
Well, I'm
So-
like,
Icebox where my heart used to
I
be.
guess so.
Golly.
I watched the Cavs the other night, not last night. They didn't play last night. Night before last.
They played last night.
They did play last
Lost
night.
to Philly.
They did. Okay, so I watched the game before that. It was a game they shouldn't have lost. They should have won handily. And I was just like, how do we get here? You know, how did I go from celebrating with tears in my eyes on Father's Day of 2016
Talk to me, man.
to this? Like it hurts my heart so bad. And then to watch these 2 athletic specimens, these gods in their fields.
Just don't say it like Bill Russell.
I don't know what do you say?
His physique and his facade. Just look at his shoulders. He's built like a Greek god. You know, Bill.
Hey, to watch these
Bill
dudes,
Warner a little weird.
to watch the Lakers, to watch a LeBron James led team be in 11th place is the wildest thing I've seen in a long time. He's not going. Think of LeBron James is not going to make the playoffs.
What's
this
more
year.
wild than that, though, isn't even that, though. That's the second thing that's wild.
Okay,
What's really
go for
wild
it.
to me that man missed 18 games because he was hurt.
He did.
Not DNPs.
Yeah, he
Not
did.
because of rest.
He
He
did.
was hurt. But then now he's looking all sprout again. But
So I just want to go on record. Since we going on record, I'm calling 10-6.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm calling 10-6.
I like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes higher than that.
If we're anywhere from
I wouldn't either.
11-5 to 12-4.
yeah.
I'm rolling with
I wouldn't
that.
be surprised.
I'm giving you.
But I'm with 10-6.
I said 12 this morning when I woke up, but I had to give them 2 shank games.
Actually,
It's gonna be 2 games they're gonna lose
yeah.
on some goofy stuff. So I'm saying 10-6. I'm saying we running away with the division, and that's as far as I'm willing to call it this season. That's all I got for you. Playoffs are a shoe in.
Is that preseason included or no?
No. Regular
Okay.
season. I don't count that.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I know all the fans in the city are. I know that everybody around the country are extremely shocked. And in 12 months, the Cavs went from the NBA Finals team to bottom of the league team, and the Browns went from the laughingstock of sports to now the most talked about franchise in sports.
It's science. The Cavs had to die for the Browns to live.
I think
Yeah.
LeBron in particular, his Cleveland team had to die. I don't think the Cavs had to die. They're still kicking.
Yeah.
LeBron's legacy here had to die. It was
Because
over with.
They're the bottom of the league, but they're not the worst team in the league.
Yeah, we can argue that too.
It's only one team worse than the.
Yeah, we can go
Was
back.
that
I don't know. When they suck that bad, it don't matter.
It don't matter. I think it's the Nets. Is it the Nets?
They suck
I
that.
thought it
No,
was
definitely not the
it's not the
Nets.
Nets?
Oh, Nets balling.
Wait,
Charlotte? No?
I don't know.
Charlotte's in the AFC.
I don't know. I ain't really locked in yet.
No, they're
they
in the
make
ninth
playoffs,
or
so I
10th
don't know.
seed because
that's
Miami's in the ninth seed. I mean the AFC.
So who's
I just seen this last night on NBA TV. I don't know.
I
don't know
we
either.
ain't in playoff mode, so I
Don't
ain't really
even
gonna
make
watch it.
no. Oh, Phoenix.
Phoenix. And that's the team we beat
Yeah.
the last time we played them.
Phoenix. Yeah.
Trying to.
Phoenix.
If we tanking, let's do it right.
That's what I said. Stop
Like,
trying
what
so
we
hard.
doing?
Lose to the worst. Just lose. You know, that's neither here.
And then,
nor
of
there.
course, now moving from one basketball to another, I hope you guys have your brackets ready because March Madness is about to
It
kick
is,
off in
it
a
is.
second, in a couple weeks. So
It is.
I haven't even started. My
This the only
bracket.
time of the year I watch college basketball. So
I can honestly say that
So-
I've been watching college basketball.
Have
Gonzaga's still on top. They're still the number 1 right now.
Yeah, they lost last night though, or they lost the day before. They gonna
And
drop.
then I believe Duke is
4.
Zion, is Zion back?
No,
He's not
they're
going to come
4.
back to the tournament.
Zion. Well,
And
as
they
far
lost
as
to North
I
Carolina
know,
again.
no.
So they
But
gonna
they're
drop.
gonna. They might try to, but
For the tournament. Oh, they saying he's done for real.
No, he's not done. I'm saying they might bring him back for just the tournament.
I think they
So,
should try it.
Right now he's in because it's
Man, I wish you could get a game or two in before that. Man,
I would say that
Yeah.
too, but I mean, if
That's
you
a lot
go,
of pressure coming right back.
if you're gonna risk it all health wise, I would wait
Yeah.
for the tournament to do it. Because I mean,
Facts.
he's the number 1 pick in the draft, easy. Doesn't
Facts.
matter what
and
happens.
I think
Yeah.
that's what's also determining is determine if he's gonna just then go forth with the draft. Then playoffs is out of the question. Then he's probably not. Gonna
Yeah, if
go.
he's not, I
So
would
that's
though.
what he's kind of up in the air with them.
I would
Nah.
give one for the real.
Man,
let's
what?
throw one out
I
there
would
for the
say
real.
one game.
Yeah.
One game.
If
I give you one for
if
real.
you could come back and you can mess around and win a national championship, then go number 1 to the league,
Yeah.
that's something else, right?
Yeah,
there.
because that after that rookie contract, now you can go get the bag.
Man, he gonna get the bag. Period.
Yeah.
The shoe offer's gonna be crazy. Nike already like, listen, we
True indeed.
bust one of our shoes out, so we
Right.
gotta get this dude
Oh,
a
yeah.
a
It's
hefty
more.
payday.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
So anybody want to talk about Jesse?
First of all, let's really acknowledge the fact that his name is Jussie.
Jesse?
It's just
It's juicy.
It's Jussie. I
It's
thought it was Jesse.
Jussie.
Just
I
Jesse.
spelled it that way in the episode. And
Hey,
I got it
Jussie.
wrong, but I said it ain't Jesse like normal human beings.
Jesse.
Anyway, if your name is Jussie out there, I'm sorry, I'll say that to your face.
What
But
is
that's
it?
just weird.
Jussie.
What
man.
is a juicy? Juicy.
I don't know, man. But what did he give Millie? What he got?
So-
16 counts. What's going on with him?
So if you guys been keeping up with this Miss Jussie's journey,
Miss.
so he turned
Wow.
himself
Hold on. What did you call it?
Miss
Jussie's
Jussie.
journey.
Jussie's journey.
Jussie's
Jussie's journey. So
Okay.
he turned himself into the police. He's been cooperating, and he just been charged with 16 felony counts, and he's facing up to 64 years.
16 felony counts and the
Yes.
maximum of 64
And-
years. Jesse.
Empire, instead
This is
of to
beautiful.
save their butts, they're
love
like,
this.
we're canceling Empire because of Mr. Jussie. So
I love
this
this.
is why we're not coming back.
I love this.
That's some,
So-
that's some straight.
That's
listen.
so beautiful, man. I love it. Like I just,
Like-
Now I want to go on record as saying this because I'm really, really black, like in real life every day. And I want to just say that there are more important things that we should be giving people 64 years for out here. I will say that. However, since we throwing the book at them, this is kind of the funniest situation to get the book thrown at you about. Right? That's number one. Number two, somebody said he walked in that courtroom looking like Annalise Keeling from How to Get Away with Murder.
no.
I said, wow, okay. All right, that's funny. I like that. Number three, the Empire move is the greatest scapegoat play.
Come on,
I didn't
man.
even know about that until Blue walked in
Bro,
earlier.
yeah, man.
That is the greatest of all time. Oh, this is just beautiful. All this because you just wanted to lie. What are we doing?
Listen, so you already got my man. They said Jussie came on set, and my man wouldn't even talk to him.
Terrence?
Terrence wouldn't even talk to him. They said Terrence won't come out of the trailer. He like, man, I don't want to talk to this guy. What I'm talking to him for? He messing up the bag for everybody. Why am I talking to this fool?
Wow, man.
Now Fox is saying we may and or may not renew your contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Empire is saying that it's because of the cloud of the Jussie Smollett case.
It's kind of hard to come back from that one.
I
It
mean,
is.
but here's the thing.
This man went, I'm gonna let you hold your thought. I just want to remind us again that this man went on stage and told us that he was the gay Tupac. I just want to keep reminding us of that. I just want to keep it alive. I'm sorry.
Here's the way I see it, though. Like, to cancel it during this time, I don't know. I think it was a bad move on production because everybody loves a good scandal.
True.
Empire was already that hot TV show. They needed something to bring back that heat.
Yeah.
What better way than keep the season going with all the shit still going on and come back to and don't keep his character, and because then people can sit here and be like, I wonder how the cast is handling this. Let me tune in to this next season. Empire.
So keep them on for I like it. Okay.
This would keep their money coming in. This will bring back that hype they wanted. Everybody's going to want to watch to see what happened after all this
Just to
stuff.
kind of see what's going to happen.
Because they could flip it into and turn it into a whole storyline if they wanted to.
They can.
So
Mona Scott do it all the time with real life.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all,
in a way, bank while you can. Bank while you can. Perfect storyline. He just set it up for you. Boom, there you go.
Bank while you can.
Bank while you can.
I like what you did there.
You know?
Bank while you can. Is that a title?
Young wisdom.
Is that a title?
It's about to be.
Bank while you can.
Bank while you can. Look at the young wisdom.
Bank while you can.
That's what happens when you take.
That's equivalent to All Bags
And
Matter.
then to Lifetime,
close. I
Bravo,
like
VH1. To anybody want to make this a film, I'm in the film industry. You could just hit me up. Extra for that film whenever it comes about, because it's gonna come about. They're gonna make a story of this. So
who picking it up? Who we say was picking it up? Bravo.
So either VH1 can pick it up, Bravo, VH1, BET. Y'all can't. Everybody can.
No, I need some good cameras. So BET can't do it.
VH1 good though, because they did
VH1
really good.
fire.
They did really good.
I'm just happy, bro. So y'all can say what y'all want.
I'm just happy.
But Tupac's back.
Just happy.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just say this, man. You know.
So
and then,
I'm just excited. This is so great.
So well, speaking of TV documentaries, so HBO released I think it was a 2-part series of Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, we had to bring this up, guys. We can't ignore it.
You're right.
So I mean, they're older now, but 2 young men who were with Michael Jackson when they were younger came out in this documentary accusing the late pop icon of sexual abuse.
Look at Millie in a reporter bag. The late pop icon.
I like what she's doing right now.
Keep going. With allegations of sexual abuse. So pretty much within this documentary, they were telling their times at Neverland, which was his house. That was pretty much an amusement park, because Michael was very childlike. He made that clear. He had very child tendencies, and he openly expressed of having kids over and having sleepovers and questionable things. But these kids went on to say that he sexually abused them, inappropriately touched them. And there was a case back in, was it 2005 that he went to court for? And it was a while ago. He got acquitted on any of the charges that were made. But the thing that made this documentary get hand is because then there were two more, one more person out of the two that were also children that were with Michael Jackson during this time, who then retaliated against these two men who said, that never happened. And one of them was there longer than the other child. So they knew, like, okay, yes, we had sleepovers, but he never touched me like that. He never abused me like that. And pretty much his family are saying, this is pretty much a public lynching. You're sitting here critiquing a man who passed away, can't even defend himself, can't even sit here and give his side of the story, his narrative, like R. Kelly was given, at least. So,
at least, no, I feel
at least,
you.
like, he was given the chance to give his side of the story. Michael Jackson, he's not
girl.
here.
Talk about it.
So now his family's having to come to his defense. His daughters, his kids are having to come to his defense. And what makes me upset is that I'm not commanding what he did was right. I think that's still weird. You're a grown man.
Super.
Like, to sleep with children still is just weird. But taking it as far as, like, these men were claiming that they weren't paid out by HBO to do this. I don't believe that, because one of them is a notable, I want to say he was like a director or some sort within the industry who has been known to, like, scam people, been shady, kind of like fucked people over. So it's like, if it's a quick money scheme, then it's a quick money scheme. Just say that. Like, but you're sitting here tarnishing somebody who already didn't have the best, like, fame.
Going out.
Like, it wasn't really the best way.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And it's getting to the point where you now have Drake has pulled some of Michael Jackson's songs.
Smart.
There's some.
Not because
The Simpsons
he wants to. The Simpsons pulled his episode.
His episode. They're starting
Smart.
to pull stuff. I mean, it's smart. I feel like it's necessary? No, because
It's business. You got to do what you got
You got
to
to
do.
provide the cover. Yeah, you got to provide the cover.
I mean, I get it. I'm just kind of mad at the fact that this even brought forth.
My only issue with the whole thing is the fact that he's not alive to defend himself.
Exactly.
That's
really
like, it's like, so
you
now we just gonna
waited.
get our shit off,
Right.
Because you can't say nothing. That's corny to me.
That is
like
corny.
no matter who
Like,
it is, that's corny to me.
In
I
a way,
agree.
you waited
I agree.
until the man wasn't breathing to say something.
Yeah, that was corny.
Like, you could have came out in 2009 and before that to say something.
Yeah, that's
Like,
corny.
But you
I think
wait.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think, and this is my personal opinion. There's no evidence, but I'm just looking at the climate here. I don't think there was a climate inducive to make
That would've
money
supported
from
that.
this. Yeah,
I'm rolling.
So I think back then, like, you would have had to really be seeking justice solely,
Yeah.
not fame, not money, not capitalism. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think right now this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying Michael Jackson had a healthy relationship with children. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, some of the stuff that man did was kind of weird. I wasn't there, so what I'm about to say may and or may not be true. Like, I don't think that he did anything with kids.
No.
People have done greater. I don't know, that I've never thought. So who knows, right? But I don't think. That's all I can go. I don't think.
Okay.
I think he was weird. I think some of his relationships with children were very, very questionable. But I think he was messed up psychologically. I don't necessarily think that he went the extra steps to mess with children. I think that being exposed to, and this is just, like I said, being exposed to the industry at such a young age, and everyone clearly knows this guy's background and how they all grew up. They never had a childhood. That was all stripped away. Insurmountable pressure to always
Super
make
weird.
hits, to always be this person.
And
you don't
then
have
with
any
the-
privacy. Michael Jackson was the most famous person on the planet.
And
For
with
a
the
number of
father-
years, like
Literally.
10.
And
Literally.
with the type
On the
of father
planet.
Yeah.
he had, it's not like he grew up all the way there.
True.
And that's what I'm saying.
There's an
He's
Arrested
like-
Development there
He
for
grew
sure.
up
Yeah.
in the industry. He didn't grow up to be a man.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Becoming a man was a product of his age, not necessarily the developmental.
Mentally,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that these kids were lying the first time they said that he didn't touch me. I think their parents saw an opportunity back then.
Yeah.
And they tried to say, okay, well, something ain't right here. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe on top of that, we can get something from it. We don't think something's right and think we can get something from it. But the kids, especially little kids, bro, real talk. Think about this for a second.
Go for it.
How many little kids, under that much pressure, under that much scrutiny, will sit there and lie for someone yes, maybe they admire them, but would lie for someone after they seen their family crying and being in tears, their daddy in turmoil and whatever, their whole family saying this and all of that stuff on TV, all these cameras on. A child being on a stand, you have to be a rare kid.
Yeah.
Think about this for a second. You have to be a rare kid to be like, no, he didn't touch me. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a fear component to it. Right. I just don't think the fear of strangers will outweigh the fear of
no, I definitely
that's my psychological intake on that.
I
right?
agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? If I know that my daddy was mad at me, and my mom was mad at me, and my auntie was mad at me, and my grandma was mad at me, and all my cousins and everybody come, listen. If this thing happened, tell the truth, Michael. Tell the truth. He didn't touch me.
Yep.
He did. He did lay in the bed next to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the timing of all this, Me Too's and all these sexual cases, and R. Kelly and all of this. That's the perfect time to get the bag.
Absolutely, and they got the bag.
Let me get the bag. And this dude dead too. He can't defend himself, and he's one of the biggest names in the world.
That's what made it corny.
Now listen to me being King Petty.
Go for it.
So King Petty would say, why aren't some of these other skeletons being...
I was waiting for you to do it.
Bro, come on, man. If Michael Jackson did what he did, you know what I'm saying, when he was alive, he should have paid for it. There's nothing that man can do about it.
True.
Yeah.
Real talk.
I'm rolling.
You know what I'm saying? But if y'all gonna excavate,
Okay.
if y'all gonna excavate all of these burial sites, what's up with Elvis?
Oh, no, they're not doing that.
We got some facts on Elvis already, though, but we act like that didn't happen.
We're not doing that.
I don't understand why. What's up with Harvey Weinstein?
We're not doing that.
What's up with all these other people? These guys need to be convicted, though.
But
What's
that
up?
shows like how society is it goes back to race. It's easy to sit here and put a black man on the stand and scrutinize him and have him on a hung jury and have him thrown in jail easily as opposed to a white man.
Look at you.
So that it just goes back to how our society is, unfortunately. Yes, Harvey Weinstein should have been like, man, what's going on with that? Like, yeah, there's a lot of guys who are like, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Like, Matt Lauer, happened once, but
Maddie
what
was the Bond
going on with that?
It
it happened and then it got shut down. That's it.
I have a theory about Harvey, though, in particular.
Go ahead.
I do have a theory.
Talk to me, man.
I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying I have a theory. I think the theory, I think what's going on here, right, is the fact that, yes, Harvey is 9.998 times out of 10 a dirtbag.
Mm-hmm.
Facts only.
I think that's what it is. But I do think there's that 0.008 time, like 2 times, that the people in which he was doing these things with were with it in the moment. Because of
that
the
don't
advance.
surprise me either.
Yeah.
So I think that the powers that be understand these ideas
me either, brother. I'm with
and
you.
say, well, if we do one, we got to do the other.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can risk doing the other right now.
Some got to shake.
You know what I mean? I think that's where we are. I also know that Harvey Weinstein stands next to, in secret rooms, the most powerful people on the planet.
I would have to agree.
So I also know that we're not going to see a Harvey Weinstein documentary and or conviction anytime soon. That's just the way the world works. Side goes. Is he a piece of crap? Sure. But let's stop barking up the Harvey Weinstein tree. Because what both of these instances with Michael Jackson and R. Kelly have taught us is that even when you're right, you're wrong.
Yep.
Because we know with proof, facts, evidence that R. Kelly is the person he is, yet he still is in jail one day and out the next.
Man, he got out of jail twice.
You know what I'm saying?
But okay.
Go for it.
I'm not defending that man, but
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you out of jail because it's still a process.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And he had enough of a bag to be able to.
No, he didn't have anything.
He didn't have anything.
He didn't bail himself out of jail neither time.
Someone else bailed him out.
People put the money up for him.
Someone else bailed him out.
Like people volunteered and put the money up for him.
They got
that
R.
don't surprise
Kelly
me
out.
either, though. How many times? Man, think
So
about
he's
this.
been-
So $200,000 a lot?
R. Kelly been in this game for 30 years. How many favors he done for people?
We just
I
talked
agree.
about
You know what I'm
his
saying?
network.
Bruh, remember that one record I wrote for you that was a hit that I never
agree.
charged you for and you made this much money off? You
But you
still
gotta
getting
think
money?
about it.
I need you to help me.
Blue, we talked about this. His net worth is only $1 million.
I hear what you're saying to
net
me.
Net worth, though.
I got you.
I
got you. He
income.
clearly wasn't great with money.
So
right, because he should have some more money. Than that. But what I'm saying is he's been in but he's been in the industry for 30 years. He wrote hits for everybody. He's done stuff with everybody. You don't think he got favors? I got a favor.
No, I got a favor. But what I'm saying is this: we had proof the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Even when you're right, you're wrong.
Aura was making those people money.
Sure.
And while he was making them money, they had to protect him at all costs.
Absolutely.
We all watched that whatever thing. I stopped at a certain amount of episodes. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I think I watched
the R. Kelly doc joint?
I stopped watching after episode 2 or something like that.
You ain't missed that much. Yeah, everything else was shocking.
It was no point. But one thing that was consistent from episode 1 to episode 2 was all of these people knew.
Yeah.
When your pocket's getting greased,
you
know what I'm saying? You want to keep that.
But we're assuming because of his relationships with these people that they're gonna bail him out.
Hell yeah, $200,000 ain't nothing.
But when it's becoming such a media frenzy now,
Have they said who bailed him out?
One was a daycare lady. Somebody owned a daycare. The second person didn't put their name on it.
He probably started daycare for. Who knows? His sicko mind.
No, I'm rolling.
Yeah, no. I'm just.
What I'm saying is this, and you're actually proving my point. What I'm saying is this: all of these facts are true in every one of these scenarios that we're talking about, right? So, the rational mind. I know a lot of people listening don't have that, but the rational mind says that we do know how this game is being played, don't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to apply those, not at the same level, because Harvey Weinstein is Harvey Weinstein. But you have to apply the same levels of rules and those same kind of variables to the R. Kelly situation. You got to.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying. And to the Michael Jackson situation. Because in Michael Jackson's case, there is no way you can tell me he didn't do nothing with these little boys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you don't got to apologize to me. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
But I wasn't there.
It just don't feel good to me.
I didn't see it.
Like the whole vibe. You come on. You walk right into that one.
I did.
I mean, because that Michael Jackson situation is a great situation of how people know about stuff but they don't want to talk about it.
Sure.
Because it's like R. Kelly came about, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is a monster, this is terrible, he should get ridiculed, he should get hanged for this. And then Michael Jackson, the first thing I saw was like, whoa, I know,
because he made Thriller.
Let's not address this.
Michael Jackson made Thriller.
And that's the thing.
Yes, he did.
I only listen to Michael Jackson once a year, and I wanted to be there when I listened to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, but these are the restraints. These are the variables that no one wants to talk about.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Period. Harvey Weinstein still walking around rich, thick bags of money because he controls too much.
And I don't want to just, I don't want to make it seem like Harvey Weinstein's the focus. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely.
I'm just going off of what like that because Oprah stands next to him. So now they're saying, well, where's the energy for Harvey, Oprah, when you had the energy for Michael Jackson?
And see, and that's the thing. And people were trying to ridicule her because she is a good friend of him. Because she sat down and after the documentary actually interviewed these men and was asking the questions.
That people want to hear the answers to.
People wanted to hear and in a way was trying to say okay, well, trying to catch them in their contradiction at times, but people are like, well, you're friends with him. Why are you not why are you interviewing these people? You're giving them a chance to still ridicule him as his friend. And it's just
look up who owns Scripps Networks. I just want you to look
and that's
it up.
the thing. It's
it's a parent company of a parent company that's owned by one person. That's all I'm gonna say to you.
Yeah,
bro. When you,
that's all I'm gonna say to you.
I mean, you gotta protect your interests at all costs, man. It's just, it's just frustrating to see how blatant, you know what I'm saying, the divide is. That's all. I mean, it's not like it's something brand new. It's not something that we're not accustomed to. It's just,
I'm rolling.
Sometimes it's just like, oh, y'all just gonna act like y'all don't see this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, for real. The elephant literally just sat here in our faces while we were sitting Indian style, crisscross applesauce, took a dump right here in front of us. And we don't smell that.
Applesauce.
And we don't smell that?
It's beautiful.
We don't smell that?
Took me back to my childhood.
You don't see that right here?
Oh, yeah, it's there.
I guess
It's there.
It's there.
Well, I didn't see it because I don't have HBO, and I wasn't going to dig for the Michael Jackson
I
doc
didn't.
because Michael Jackson made Thriller,
I'm not
and I
watching
don't
that.
want it to be true either.
I ain't watching that at all.
But the way it was presented to me, it wasn't a lot of facts in it. And if you ain't coming with a whole bunch of hard facts, I'm really not listening to your story, period, anyway.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Shout out to Mike Jack. Shout out to Fentanyl. Shout out to the doctor. Shout out to Quincy Jones.
Shout out to
Epic Records.
This is what we
shout
insert
out-
that we're not supporters of drugs not prescribed by doctors.
It was prescribed by a doctor.
Listen to me. We're not talking about his case. You said shout out
Shout
to
out to
fentanyl
fentanyl.
alone as its own thing.
Oh, okay.
We would not be endorsing this.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
This dude is crazy. I'm just saying.
Right.
You heard Heal the World.
Before we get up out of here, man, let me ask y'all a question. So I was really thinking about working in negative environments.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And dealing with negative energy, dealing with negative
people.
circumstances. Just the whole thing. Like, what are some of the things that you guys do to make sure that your creative space is protected, to make sure that your personal peace is protected? You know what I'm saying? To make sure your clarity is protected when it comes to negative situations, people, environments, whatever. Just negativity as a whole. Like, what you guys do? I'm curious.
Well, for me, I try to surround myself with like a lot of positive people as much as I can, and who has a positive outlook. And if I do find myself in those negative situations, I try to. It's bad to make a joke out of it, but I try to make a joke out of it to try to bring the positivity back into it. And I try to either make a joke or I just walk away, just remove myself and not let this negative energy just come up, disrupt my aura and my happiness and my,
You got an aura.
I do have an aura.
That's cocoa butter talk right there. Wow. Aura,
So
baby.
that's how I combat it
Shape
because,
up, baby.
unfortunately, we are around more negative people than we think and more negative
What?
environments than we think. I mean,
You
it happens
so
all
right.
the time. So,
You so right.
when I do on Instagram, I constantly post negative, positive, uplifting posts, get people ready to start their day, start their week, go after what they need to go after. And it might annoy some people to the extent because some people just see the world as this miserable place. Oh my gosh, all this death, all this war. And it's just like, I'm not ignoring that. Yes, it's happening. But you got to look up the upside. What is being done to stop this? You could sit here, maybe you could change that. Be positive, and kind of flip this into like, okay, well, I'm sad the stuff that's going on in Venezuela is going on. But they just got this new, I wouldn't say he's rebellious, but this new stand-in president, I guess you can call it, who's, yes, all this chaos is going on and they're right now in a blackout, but they have this leader that's now pushing to get them to where they should have been in the first place. And, this leader, their former leader, he's old, he's sitting here and he's starting to get restless. So now it's like, so there's a promptu change to Venezuela. So that's the upside. Like, okay, now they have this change going on there. So, and then now we have, I don't know if it was in Pakistan, where they just had a leader that they had in office for like 82 years, about to step down. Now this is a chance for them to reboot, now be a better society. It's like, you gotta look at like, yes, here's the negative, but now what's being done? Okay, now push that positivity and really push this for change and celebrate when they have these little changes. Mm-hmm. That's the way I kind of combat anything negative that's going on and anything that negative that comes my way. So that's how I go about it.
So you are both. Everybody right here is everybody. All four of us are creators. So particularly as a creative, music in particular is mood.
Usually.
You know what I mean?
Usually.
How do you protect?
Protect is not really for me a thing. Like, I don't think that's the proper term for me in this conversation. Like, I know how to respond to it, but for me, I like to feel everything. So, okay, it's negativity around. You're a negative person. This is a negative scenario. I like to feel that. To say, okay, this is, what am I going to do with this energy to transfer it to what I need it to be, right? I don't have an aura because I'm not that cultured. But, you know what I'm saying? I just take the energy that's around me as a person, you know what I'm saying, and do it that way. But I like to feel it, though. Yeah, I'm not that cultured. But I like to feel it. I like to embrace it. I like to run towards it. You know what I mean? I don't shy away from any of that because I think that the yin yang theory is always in effect. So I don't think that the high appreciation I have for things that go well would be as high if I didn't feel the things that did not go well at all, or the people who are not supposed to be around. I couldn't appreciate the people that I cherish if I didn't know what a piece of shit person felt like when they were around me.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like, okay, let me experience this. Oh, so I'm gonna give you an opportunity to be who you need to be, who that is. And I'm not going to run from it, I know my limits and my boundaries, but I'm not going to run from it. Like, because I'm still dope, whether you're dope or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, this is who you are. Okay, well, I see that now. I hope that gets better for you, but I don't want to be around that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm really channeling. And if I'm in my dirtbaggery mode, I might use you for your skills because you're a piece of shit. Because you're going to be a piece of shit anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
so I might just use you for whatever I need to use you for and throw you away because that's what you was doing to me.
Right.
So, but
Right.
all of that to say, I don't shy away from it. Like, okay, let's see who you are, because I believe that everyone deserves that opportunity. And I also know that if the people that are important to me didn't allow me that opportunity, I wouldn't be here.
That is true.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So me being a dirtbag in the past and being around people who weren't that way allowed me to see that I was a piece of shit. Right. I was like, okay, let's change this. You don't have to do this no more, dog. Like, be a normal, regular person. That's all it is for me. Negativity is something I embrace. I don't want to. For me, it feels like if I go the other way, and there's nothing wrong with the way you handle it, Millie, is actually very good. But I know people who just shelter themselves from bad things.
Yeah.
That's not what you were saying, but I know people who just shelter themselves from bad things.
Yeah.
So they're not, smooth seas don't make a skillful sailor.
They don't have that balance. They don't understand. Like,
Smooth sea.
Yeah.
there are just some things you're not going to be able to ignore.
Absolutely.
No matter what. And
you're going to have to navigate through it. Yeah.
Is not going to.
You got to navigate through bad stuff.
It's going to make you unprepared of how you're going to face it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will say this. I mean, maybe the word protect wasn't the proper word, but you understood what I was saying.
I do.
But I think that you kind of got to even be aware of what space that you're in personally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got to be aware of, like you said, the people that you're around and the kind of vibes from the people that you're around. Like, there are certain people. You ever, all right, for example, went somewhere and like everybody's kicking, everybody's having fun, and then like it might be a person who's just like not with it, like period at all, and then like slowly but surely sometimes like that mood starts infiltrating everybody else, and then everybody else having a good time. All of a sudden you're like,
oh yeah, I have a friend like that.
I'm not going to lie. I was like that. I got better now, but I was like that. Yeah.
I'm glad.
I was like that.
You can't be negative like that.
Well, because now it's just like, if I just don't feel like going to a club, I just let it know beforehand. Like, I'm just like, oh, you going to a club? I'm just not going to go.
That's smart.
Like,
I think that's smart too.
Like, I just now,
if you know,
because it comes down to like, you don't want to ruin everybody else's time.
Absolutely not.
So
Right.
if you don't want to go, just don't go.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's the smart decision. So knowing the vibes and that are around you. Also being like spending time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think spending time with yourself is important. Like real time with yourself. Like,
tell people what that means.
Yeah, so like when I say spend time with yourself, I don't mean like whatever helps you process things. You know what I'm saying? When you like, for me, I'm typically the person, like, I'll go sit there and I'll like maybe listen to like some 10 minutes of affirmations or something like that. And then when I'm done with that, I'll stop for a second, breathe, and then I'll like journal. You know what I'm saying? Like when I journal, I'm able to write down some of the stuff that I'm thinking. I write down some of the stuff that I didn't even realize that I was thinking, and I'm able just to like write out some of the crap to get to the real stuff that's going on within me. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I think that's the one thing that I probably miss about music the most. I was able to take all that stuff out and put it on the paper and then deliver it. So I was going through process of like grieving or dealing with things properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, like journaling in a long time, getting the scripture sometimes, praying sometimes, but just like quality things alone. Like I don't know. Some people play video games and like that's a solace for them and they're able to process what's going on in their life or whatever else.
Yep.
Some people read books and they're able to do that. Some people take walks in the park. Some people jog. I mean, everybody got different ways to actually get to it, but like in a place where you can really ask yourself questions. You know what I'm saying? Where you can like really still yourself and kind of hear your quiet voice. Like I think once you centered in that way, when you're in these environments, when you're dealing with people and work environments, or you dealing with circumstances, you're kind of able to know. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're off or not.
Right.
So.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But solid episode.
Solid, man.
Solid episode.
Man.
You guys all right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
shout out to downtown Cleveland. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Uber, Lyft community.
They about to eat.
Because they about to eat.
They about to eat.
They better eat a lot.
Shout out to the convention center. Shout out to the new hotels downtown.
They about to eat.
You know, shout out to the Star Tenders. You know,
Wow.
shout out to the Alibi Inn uptown.
Oh,
if you know, you know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
The economy is about to be back. You know what I mean? Shout out to the T-shirt makers. I'm so excited, man. Like, y'all understand? Like, we back, baby. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the parking lot attendants. That's a big bag.
I want to buy me a
job.
parking lot this season.
You feel me? Shout out to
Yeah,
all of
this is
y'all.
the year to
you
do
know.
it.
I'm going to buy me a parking lot.
Yeah. Y'all should be feeling dangerous right now. Shout
Can I
out
take
to
out a
y'all.
loan to buy a parking lot?
Oh, that space is expensive. I thought about it one time.
Man, listen,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
probably
expensive.
right,
Them
man.
lots is
But if I get one in the
expensive.
right spot,
Oh yeah,
stuff going on.
Right
First of all, I
spot,
think
but
some of
then
these
you
people
gotta-
be having these
you're
illegal
in Cleveland,
spots.
you got to plow that. You got to take care of them. If there's a pothole that creates, you got to take
Yeah.
care of that. You got to
But
create a meter
the
maid.
real estate space now is like $25,000.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They
of
give me a
space.
loan. I'm buying me a parking lot.
Do your thing.
Dude,
That's big bread though,
Give me a
baby.
It
parking
is.
lot,
That's
man.
automatic.
That's
money.
honestly the best way if you want long money.
I'm about to see if I can get it through the
a parking lot.
business. I'm serious too. I might ask.
No, do that.
They might deny me, but you
See
never
what's
know.
up.
Shoot it, Kobe.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Shoot it.
But yeah, shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Smoothie King for this excellent smoothie.
First of all, I'm not shouting them out
I ain't
unless they
shouting out
endorse us.
nobody.
We about to go find out about
I'm
that.
shouting them out because I've been with them since I was
You
little.
no, you
I
been with
grew
them,
up-
but they ain't with you.
No, I grew up.
Oh,
with
so you one of them
King.
types.
So you know what?
I knew that you one
You
of them
one
was
of them.
coming
You
real
one of them
fast. Oh, so
types.
you one of them?
Oh, you one of them.
Oh, so you one of them? Yeah, I mean, I get my smoothies from the same spot every day, but I ain't shouting them out until they give me at least a T-shirt. Shoot, give me something.
T-shirt?
Give me something. Anyway, yeah, but it's been a great show. You know, it's been a great 24, 48 hours. You know, I'm overjoyed by the revitalization of the city. What's wrong with him? The city that's about to happen. Oh, Rosello's debut retail
It's
album
Rosello.
will be available March 22nd. It's titled VVV. It's produced by the best you ever heard. You're just afraid to admit it. If you know me, you know who that is. You feel me? We out here getting to it. You know what I mean? We in the building. You feel me? March 22nd.
Nice.
It's on all your favorite retailers. I want you guys to listen to it, not because I did it, but because I think it'll help a lot of people in between the big bangers that we got.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
So
do that for me. Do that for me.
One more shout out before I go. So if anybody's not doing anything next Wednesday, come out to the House of Blues.
Give me a
to the
date.
Raw Artists Showcase.
Got a date for me?
Next Wednesday.
I know, but give me a
the
date
date?
for the
gotta get
show.
dropped.
March
Dates.
20th.
There we
You know
go.
that's
March
important.
20th.
Dates are
I'm
important.
sorry. I guess I
yeah,
figure
give
everybody
me-
knows what I mean by next Wednesday.
No.
So.
We know
Okay.
what you mean. We don't know what date that is.
We know what
Is
you
your
mean.
brain's not working now?
No, in this space of time, we know what you mean, but you do realize people listen to this after the date.
You gotta say dates.
So we got no
Okay,
dates.
so on March 20th, come to the House of Blues located in downtown
She's so
Cleveland. That's right across from the Huntington Bank, I believe, and right across from right near Chipotle. And
House of
Taco
Blues?
Bell. Yes,
If you
House of
can't
Blues.
Google House of Blues, y'all some
So
blues.
it's gonna be Raw Artist Showcase. So pretty much the showcase just showcase all the raw artists in Cleveland, from designers to singers to artists. I will be there showcasing a local black business called Royal Ties that
Nice.
dedicates to everybody in their tie needs. So young men, if you need any ties for prom season, come down, check them out, hit them up. And tickets are only, I believe, $22. Not
That's
that
not
much.
bad.
So
I'm not
come
mad at
down,
that.
come see it, and
And
check
is that
us
the House
out.
of Blues?
House of Blues.
That's
It's gonna be during the
that's a
day.
nice little ticket.
So I believe from 12 to like 12 to 6, something like that.
Oh, that's all
yeah.
right.
So come see it, check it out.
You got to put on like real like.
12 to 6 on a Wednesday?
I know, awkward timing.
They don't want nobody there.
Oh, you do that?
So-
Because they don't want nobody there.
Yeah, that is a bad time.
On
I
a
will put more.
Wednesday?
I will put more information,
Well, if people
on
are
my
available, I hope they can
site.
support.
Yeah, go support that.
but still go support it if you can.
Yeah, go support
Yeah, for sure, for
that.
sure.
Like, go for a friend. Go for your son. I don't know if you can. Go for your boyfriend.
Who are you talking to?
She's talking
Any
to
high
the people.
schoolers.
You looked at Fred real hard.
No, I don't.
I had to say your name.
First of all,
I had to say your name.
I'm fine with that. I understand the intensity. I felt the intensity. You really meant that.
She said.
First of all, I'm
Tell-
going to continue to look at the screen because I don't want to believe. I don't
she
want to
said,
believe
Tell your boyfriend.
that that's what happened.
I said, hold on, what is going on here?
I'm just looking at the
She
screen
came, ever
to
since
make sure my levels
she
is
came in
right.
here with this crop top snowsuit on. She been on some trash.
My issue is now that we gonna get down to it. All right,
No, you
I was
crying?
leaving baby girl alone. I was leaving baby girl alone. I wasn't
said-
following because she
Leave me
feeling
alone.
herself.
Talking about her legs up too, like this. She said,
I was leaving pumpkin pie alone here.
she was like,
Pumpkin
this
pie.
is
but
what she
now
did.
all of a
With a
sudden,
little smoothie. She said,
she gonna hit me
tell
with the
your
jokes.
boyfriend.
Tell your boyfriend. And then look me down. It's fine.
Correction.
No, it's fine. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Whenever a woman wear a crop top with a winter coat together, she feel like she better than you that day.
Absolutely.
And I don't appreciate how
Absolutely.
you feel like this.
She do.
All right.
Look, wipe your eyes. There ain't no place
It's
for tears.
fine. It's all good. Thank y'all for listening. And it's me. FC on the beat, a.k.a. Fourth Quarter Freddy, a.k.a. Freddie Franchise, a.k.a. the best you ever heard. You're just afraid to admit it, a.k.a. Mr. Ivan Dreams. So get your hands on my pocket, a.k.a.
Yeah.
Speedy Trackton, a.k.a. Bomb Stockton, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul Bazaar, a.k.a. Wavy Crockett, a.k.a. F the Neff this guy, a.k.a. Young Hulu, a.k.a. Hot Take Jake, a.k.a. Mr. Always Stay Focused, a.k.a. Mr. Always Locked and Loaded, a.k.a. Mr. All Bags Matter. Yeah.
All right, man, we out. Holla.
She put the
Wipe
microphone
your
to
lip.
She put the
Wipe your
microphone to
lip.
her mouth to drink the smoothie. Yo, what are we doing here now? What did we turn into?